Hey, hi, good morning, everyone. First, am I audible? Can someone confirm the chat? Uh,
Yes,
yes,
you are.
no? Yeah,
Yes.
okay, fine. Perfect. Before we go and start with the technical details and all, let me introduce ourselves on a very high level. And majority of you already knew us, but on a very high level, okay? So, myself, Shiva. Okay, I have been taking trainings from Itons Academy from last 5 years on all the cloud DevOps and SRE areas. Okay, and I'm working as a full-time product site reliability engineer in a product company. Okay, so we are having good experience in all the cloud areas basically, but with the evolving of data, right, from the last 10 year basically, we have been into Azure data engineer as well. Okay, and currently I have with me Arjun, who is a Microsoft certified trainer. Along with that, he's a Fabric certified engineer as well. So you are in the right hands from a data perspective. So he will be taking the trainings from the complete program. And if you have any questions, you can raise your hand or you can post your question in the chat in the comment section as well, so that we'll be taking the logical points. And currently everyone is been muted, but I will be making unmute in a few minutes so that the recording will be in a cleaner way. Okay. And yeah, I can. I'm giving you the access, Arjun. You can take it from here. Okay. Yeah.
Thanks, Shiva. Hi guys. Let me share my screen. So this is Arjun. As Shiva said, I'm a MCT and Microsoft Fabric certified trainer. I have around 10 plus years experience in training. I'm a corporate trainer as well. So welcome to the class. Um, we'll start with Azure Data Engineering. This is what our training program on. So let's discuss what is Azure, why we need to get into cloud, what are the main objectives of moving to the cloud, and we'll start with slowly with the basics, then we'll enter into the Azure architecture. What is the architecture behind the Azure? Okay, so let me start with Azure. So how many of you are aware what is Azure? If you can just ping me in the chat, what is Azure as per your. Any guesses, guys? What is Azure?
I made everyone mute so that at least let's make it interactive session so that it will be easy for you to understand as well, because it's not like a college studying rate where it should be one-way communication. Let's have a both communication as well. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, hi Arjun. It's like a cloud-based platform, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's a Azure is a cloud provider from
Mm.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
It's a cloud provider from Microsoft. Then, sorry if anyone knows these basics, please excuse me because we might need to involve everyone. So just I'm starting with these things, but we can go into the topics. And next, I wanted to understand about cloud computing. What is cloud computing?
Infrastructure as a service.
Very good. Infrastructure as a service. Cloud providers provide some services for us or offers services like networking, storage, and all the required configurations like CPU, RAM, and they offer these services over the internet for us. Over the internet. That's why we call them as cloud computing. So these are just basic definitions. I wanted to be in track. That's the reason. Okay. So these Azure provider or AWS or GCP, all these cloud providers, they offer all these services so that we can take it over the internet. Okay, we they offer over the internet, so we can log in into some portal and we use those services, and this all works under the internet. So that's the reason we call it as cloud computing. Let me go with the Azure architecture. So Azure architecture is divided under two types. Let's make it as physical architecture, and we also have logical architecture. What is physical architecture again? Physical architecture, which we can see with our eyes, which is there available at some point at some location. So on a higher level, physical architecture starts with region, then data centers, then you have something called servers and racks. In Azure, a place where data center is located, one or more data centers might be located. A place where one or more data center is located, we call it as region. And data centers, a place where your actual data servers are located, which holds the data. And servers, as you know, servers are again a compute machines, which is again a combination of CPU or a RAM, memory, and your storage, everything. It's a combination of them, which is located. These all combination we call it as compute. It's like a laptop or a machine. How we call them as a compute. So in the similar way, servers are also compute. These are available inside the data centers, and racks which holds them. Servers are placed under rack. Okay, this is on the physical architecture side of Azure. Logical architecture side, on the side one side of logical architecture is completely, you cannot see them, it's completely visible through portal. So on the logical architecture side, on the highest level, we start with a tenant. So let's understand what is tenant, and we'll also go with the a subscription. We'll also go with resource group, and then finally resources. On the tenant side, every company who joins Azure or an individual who joins Azure, there will be a dedicated tenant for you. So similar to like whenever you join a Google Gmail, there will be an ID given to you in the backend that will be attached to a unique ID. We'll see the email ID only, but in the backend that will be attached to a unique ID, so that no one will have the same unique ID. In a similar way, here also we have a tenant, which is like a unique ID for your business organization or for you. It will be only dedicated for you. Under the tenant, you can have multiple subscriptions. Under the tenant, you will have multiple subscriptions. You can have multiple subscriptions. There is no limit for that. So these subscriptions are generally offered in various ways. One is free trial subscriptions. One is student subscriptions. One is pay as you go subscription. And just go this, I'll go with one more subscription, which is MSDN, or we have Visual Studio. We have these 4 types of subscriptions available. Free trial subscription can be created. Whoever wants to learn Azure, they can go and create with a free trial subscription, which can be created with the help of a debit card or credit card. And they will give you 30 days of time, which somewhere around, if you are in India, you can get somewhere around 16,000 rupees for just practicing into the Azure account. If you are in somewhere around US, you'll get $200, and Canadian, they'll get somewhere around $240 something. So these are region wise, you'll get approximately same amount for all of the people. So you have if you have a credit card or debit card, you can easily create, but there are some restrictions. During that, we'll get to know. Okay, during the creation of process, I'll help you understand how to create that without any issues. Student subscription, which can be created with help of a valid student email ID. So there are a couple of organizations, institutions, which are recognized by sorry guys, yeah. So student subscription, you can get with a valid student email ID. Only a couple of organizations which are tied up with Microsoft, they were recognized. So you can use that email ID and you can create. You might get $100 and validity will be 365 days. This is on the student subscription. On the Visual Studio subscription, we have every company, they might give you some offer while you join the company. They might provide you some subscriptions like Outlook subscription, and they will give you some learning platforms access. So at the same time, they'll also give you some Visual Studio subscription. Based on the organization, it depends. Some companies will give $50 per month to just learn Azure, and some companies will go to $100 or $80 based on the company. So this is given by mostly by the companies. You can also purchase Visual Studio subscription, and you'll get other benefits as well. So this is the offer they're going to give you, and every month that will be credited to your account. And pay as you go, finally, this is what we use generally in real time. Pay as you go. As a name itself, it says, however you use the resources, you only pay for them. Use the resources, only pay for them. This is what pay as you go gives us. And this is widely used because there is no limitation. Only you can set up the limits. You can set up, okay, I wanted to spend only 1 lakh rupees per month. If you are in a organization or a project, you can keep that alerts. So after 1 lakh, it is going to send you emails. And after 80% use, it is going to send you emails, but you have to properly track. Otherwise, the cost keep on increases. So this is on the pay as you go. And let me come to resource group. Resource groups are a logical folders which holds the resources. So what are this? Let's say you're having a folder. Inside the folder, you will keep some files. In the similar way, resource group is something which is there for your project. Only your project resources are kept in that folder. So it will hold all the project resources into one group. You don't need to search multiple places. You can go to directly resource group and open. You will see all your resources which are belong to your project. So just to easily find out and hold it, we use resource group. And finally, resources. Whatever you create in Azure, we call them as resources. Whatever you create in Azure, we call them as resources. So for example, if I create a virtual machine, it is a resource. If I create a Synapse ETL tool, it's a resource. If I create a database, it's a resource. If I create a VNet, it's a resource. So whatever you create in Azure, we call them as resources. Okay, these on the physical and logical architecture side. So let me show you once. Data centers. These are the data center images. So generally you'll have like this, a data center. This is called as a region. In one region, you might have multiple data centers. So let's say this entire cluster, we call it as one data center. The other cluster is called as another data center. So it's divided into multiple buildings, basically into multiple areas. One a big area, let's say if they built upon 100 acres, you'll have multiple clusters kind of thing, so that you'll have multiple data centers there. And inside the data center, this is how they'll set up everything with internet, cables, power supply, racks, servers, everything will be set up. And this is how it looks like. This is on the higher level. So who are creating a resource, they are going to allocate a particular service for storage from that server, so that we can use that. So this is on the data center side. And let me go with you. Any questions you have? Do you have any questions on the physical and logical architecture side?
Hey, hi Arjun, good morning.
Yeah, hi Rishi.
This is not related to architecture. Means I wanted to know what are the scope of this course
Yeah,
and
sure.
what are you going to teach? This will help me a little bit.
Definitely. What we can do, let me continue with 10 more minutes on the technical side. Then we'll share it over the call, that a PDF, what we have and what we cover. I'll explain step by step. Is that fine, Rishi?
Yeah, thanks.
Any other questions on the demo site? Okay, let me take it as no. Let me go with just basics of cloud, why we need cloud. So I just wanted to get some 3 to
Rishi,
4
one
points
thing,
from you.
one second. Just
Yeah.
want to add a couple of things here. Like cloud is like a bigger ocean. Generally, we have cloud engineers, data engineers, SREs, developers for everyone, whomsoever it is. Even if you're a data engineer or a cloud DevOps engineer or a site reliability engineer, network engineer, whether whatever the role it is, there are certain topics that we need to understand at a very high level. Like region, it's a common across. Now, once you step into the portal as a data engineer, we'll be working into few resources. as a cloud engineer, I'll be working into few resources. But at the very logical, the high level point, right? What Arjun was saying, like the physical resources, the logical resources are the ones that it's common across everyone. Okay, so maybe once the session is completed, you will be getting clear idea about the topics that we want to deep dive in the next 2.5 3 months of time. But initial to set the page for everyone, we want to go with a very initial level because everyone is coming from different backgrounds and some might not be hearing about cloud technically. Okay, so just want to add that. You can go ahead. Arjun.
Okay. So any sorry guys. Yeah. So what are the benefits of clouds? Any 1 or 2 points from your end that will be helpful? Benefits of cloud, why we need cloud actually? Generally, why we need cloud? Is it for storage or any other?
It's like a cost saving
Very good.
purpose.
Cost saving. Okay. I know majority of them know.
And we can access from the anywhere like you want. That's what.
Okay. On-demand resources. Very good. We can use it anywhere. Very good. Okay. Let me go with this. Very good. All the answers were relatable. So you can use it from anywhere and you have on-demand resources. Very good. You have unlimited storage. You can also save cost. Yes, by using pay-as-you-go. If you use only for 1 hour, the resources will be charged for only 1 hour. So it is not going to charge for you a whole day. But in a physical condition, if you bring a laptop and whether you use it or not use it, that amount you already have paid. But here we are not paying upfront. We are only paying when we are using that resources. So that's why cloud is also cloud is beneficial to everyone. And this is the reason most of the startups came now, because they are not paying money immediately. They are not paying upfront. They are using this and they are developing the things. They are developing the blueprints. They are showcasing. Once they have approvals, then they are going to spend the money on a higher level. But this is what cloud changed everything. So you have unlimited storage. You have demand, like on demand, from wherever you need, you can access. Let's say for simple example is our Google Drive or what is your OneDrive. You upload some file, you can give access to anyone. They can download it from any place. There is no limit for that. Okay, so very good guys. And what are the drawbacks with on premise? The opposite of cloud, we call it as on premise. What are the drawbacks with it?
Like some server interruptions and
Sorry.
drawbacks, right? Cloud
Yeah.
drawbacks.
No,
You
not
asked.
cloud drawbacks, on premise drawbacks.
Okay, okay, on-premise. Okay.
So on-premise is nothing but you are going with let's say you have a physical laptop. If you wanted to increase some space, so what all things you have to do to increase your space in the laptop?
We need to add an hard drive. Like we need to increase our storage. We need to. That's what.
So you have to go and buy from the
Yeah.
market. You have to bring the SSD drive,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
Just a minute, guys. Hard to maintain data servers. There is a chance of data theft. Very good, Sushant.
Yeah, Jin there.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm just shifted to another room.
Yeah, okay. I think your kid or someone from your house also
Yeah.
wants to join the class, I guess. You could have brought him.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
Next,
on-premise has once if you wanted to increase the storage, it will be difficult. You have to take so many approvals. You have to buy them. You have to give a window for upgrading or attaching that server. So there will be a lot of things involved when you wanted to attach some more space on. But in the cloud, it is not like that. Just you get an approval, you just drag and drop. You can increase with a slider. You can increase with the slider the space. So that is with the on cloud, and also maintenance part in on-premise with your company. If you are hosting that on-premise server in your company, you are just keeping it in your office, so that you need to have a dedicated team to look after the servers. So there will be people who will monitor 24/7. If something goes down, they are going to upgrade for they're going to sit there and they're going to work for upgradation of that server. And you have some 24/7 support needed, and patchworks, upgradations of or new OS installations, everything has to be taken care by your team. But in the cloud, you can hand it over to Microsoft. They will keep a window. They'll have some particular SLAs. So based on the SLAs, they'll work for you. SLAs are nothing but service level agreements. They'll give you, okay, this amount of time we can take down over an year whenever we need an upgrades. So that will be happen at the midnights, and they'll inform you within this time range. Let's say sometime like uh, 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 30 minutes. So max we will not be able to see the downtime only most of the times. And if there is required downtime, they'll inform us priorly and they'll take care of it. If something goes wrong, they'll revoke it. So everything will be taken care by cloud. So this is some of the advantages once you hand it over to cloud. Okay. Any questions on this, please? Okay, let me go with the content once. We'll go to the content. We'll see what we'll learn in as part of the program and how many days it might take. Then we can start our first class from tomorrow on actual subject. Let me share that content. Just give me a minute now. I'll reshare my screen.
I'm keeping the chat, Arjun, just for your reference quickly. Okay.
Yeah.
It should be there.
Yeah. So please let me know, guys, if you're able to see. I hope you are able to see the screen, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. The reasons for choosing Azure Data Engineer, and this is about the amount part. Yeah, this is where the content starts. And thanks to Shiva for making it very clear. Yeah. So module 1, data engineering introduction. First, we'll start with SQL basics, and then we'll go with Python. Whatever it is necessary for a data engineer, you will definitely learn in this Python course. And next, you'll go with Data Factory here, Azure Data Factory, and Synapse. Once it is done, we'll go into Synapse. And these two are replicas only. First, Data Factory was introduced by Microsoft team. Then later on, it went and upgraded to Synapse with some additional features. And after Synapse, you are going to have a project from our end. We'll take a project and we'll see end-to-end development. And next, we'll go with the Databricks, and you'll understand what is Spark and components of Spark, architecture of Spark, and some Spark code. And we'll also discuss about APIs and data frames, sources. These are all part of single thing on the Spark. Once you go with Spark, once it is Databricks is completed, then you are going to learn something about these two will be covered earlier: storage, data lake, and Key Vault. It will be coming in Data Factory, Synapse, Databricks. Everywhere this Key Vault is required, all the three places. And storage also will be working already in the starting of all the three cases. Once it is done, we'll learn something called Delta Lake. It's very good feature and very important feature, because all the major companies, they will be using this Delta Lake. And finally, we come to Microsoft Fabric. We'll also spend time on Microsoft Fabric. So whatever you learned above, that will be also coming in Microsoft Fabric certification along with Fabric tool. So once this is done, we are going to prepare for the certification, and we'll have interview preparations. You have some resume tips which will be given by us. And on the higher level, so this is we have said. And if you wanted to go a little deeper, so what all things you learn here in the program. So SQL for data engineers, what all is required to crack a job or to work seamlessly. We have written this. And Python, what is required in the Python, installation of Pythons, and what are the major things which we require to continue in the data engineering side. You learn them. And you have Data Factory. Data Factory, you have all the components. We'll be going through them, and you have to try from your end also couple of things. So just you need to remember that only not from my end everything will be given. You have to put your efforts from your end. Then only you can parallelly learn. Otherwise, it will be like a some radio jockey session that I will be teaching and you will be just hearing. So Synapse, and you have Databricks. This is the part where programming enters into you from you that Python PySpark programming. So this is where a little bit you'll be diverted. If you practice constantly, then we'll be on track. And if you refer any LinkedIn profile, there is a must PySpark is there for all your job profiles. Even if there is not requirement for Data Factory and Synapse, we don't need that. But still people keep you PySpark thing. So you should not get diverted. And if you have a PySpark, there will be plenty of opportunities in your hand. So this is on the Spark side, components. How to read multiple files, how to play with multiple files, we'll see there. And this is on the Microsoft Fabric side. Introduction to Microsoft Fabric, workspace creation and installation of Fabric, OneLake Explorer, and how to work with Fabric. If you'll first cleared all the three tools, then Fabric is not a great deal. We can learn it easily. I'll help you to learn. And finally, for certificate preparation, we'll guide you. Databricks separate. Okay. We will, Sushant, you can, while learning the program, we'll go with Microsoft Azure, and I'll also help you to learn Databricks as a separate tool, how we can create a separate Databricks, how to get the free edition, because there are some limitations they have with free editions. You cannot create clusters now with the Databricks free edition. So only you have to go with serverless clusters. So that is the reason we also have to incorporate a cloud tool like Azure, so that you can create clusters, you can play with them. Okay. So we'll learn both ways, Sushant. Any other questions from anyone? Do you cover Unity Catalog in Databricks? Very good. Actually, Unity Catalog is required. I'll try to merge that Unity Catalog in our sessions. Okay. Yes, we need to learn Unity Catalog. I'll include. Okay. Yeah. I hope it is clear, Raviteja.
So, sir, one question, right? When you say Azure Data Factory, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the pipelines we will be building in Fabric, or we will be building in ADF?
So, sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, Sapan, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So you have in ADF the pipelines, you have in Synapse pipelines, in Microsoft Fabric also you have pipelines.
Yes.
So 3 places you have to learn.
Okay.
Once we start with the Data Factory, then we'll enter into Synapse. Then we'll spend most of the time on Synapse only, because Data Factory is the legacy tool kind of thing. Still
Yes.
companies are using, but there might be a point they might stop. We don't know from Microsoft, because they introduced Fabric. No, at some point
Yes.
of time they say, okay, we are stopping Fabric. Sorry, we are stopping Data Factory. They have also given introduction couple of days back in FabCon. You can migrate all your pipelines to Microsoft Fabric. That is a facility they have already provided. So we
Mhm.
might expect soon, within 6 months or 1 year, they'll stop Data Factory. That is kind of that is how Microsoft business runs. Okay, so
Yeah.
we
So
learn at all the 3 places.
okay. So I mean, we will be building pipelines in Fabric, right? Because there are few
Yes,
activities are
building there.
different over there, right?
You'll build definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for PySpark, right? So so how many sessions we'll have on PySpark? I mean, approximately. I mean, I know
How many
it's hard to tell.
sessions?
Like, so we'll be doing PySpark from basics, or you want us to?
Let's say you start with basics of fundamentals of Python. On top
Okay.
of that, you have an API which is PySpark. So
Okay.
in PySpark, when you're learning Databricks,
Mhm.
for transformations, definitely you have to use PySpark transformations. So
Yes.
there you have to spend a good amount of to understand the transformation. But base of PySpark is Python. So you learn the fundamentals with Python, then you'll use an API called PySpark for cleaning the data, all these things.
Yes. Note on the notebooks. Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll be like kind of doing basic, starting from basic,
Yes,
right, in this course.
yes. How is this course related to database administrators? Okay. So for database administrators, you are completely handling the database side. Most of the database administrators know SQL. This is just an upgradation of from your existing job role to the cloud data engineer. If you wanted to switch to that domain, this will be helpful, as you're already having an advantage of SQL. So it is easy to get into that background. That is the reason you can use, but it's not an advantage of DBS. You can just add it as shifting of your career from DBS to data engineers. Is it okay,
I will add
Sham?
one thing. Shyam.
Yeah.
Shyam, one thing is like, if you want to be in the same database administrator, I don't think this will be helping you, because this is more of a data engineer perspective, and eventually you need to switch to other technology from a admin perspective, because DBS currently in our organizations, there are no more DBS in any of the tech stack. There might be a couple of them for only on-prem patching and all, but everyone is migrating to cloud. Either you should migrate to cloud engineer, or you need to migrate to database, the data engineer. As you're from the database background, right? It's advantage for you to go to data engineer. That's it. But if you want to be in the same role, I don't think this will be much helpful for you.
Okay. Any other questions, guys?
So for me, right, sir, so from next month, right, one of my project is starting. So in that I have to work on Fabric. So that's why I'm joining this course, right? So
Mhm.
we'll be building pipelines in it and mostly notebooks.
Yes,
So
we'll
yeah.
cover both of them.
Okay. That's fine.
So when we start from the basics, right? I mean, assuming that you don't know anything about the course, and the end goal is that after the end of the course, you should be in a position to work in organizations. It should not be like a theory sessions and all, because there will not be any theory much more. But understanding
Okay.
purpose, it should be initially we should understanding, right? But the course is if you see the content, right, it's vast basically, because we want to incorporate each and every nuts and bolts of it, so that it will be
Mhm.
helpful for a newbie. Let's assume I want to switch into data. What is the
Yes.
starting point? Okay, start from here, transform to here, and end point is this one. So 3 months down the line, you should be able to clear any interviews, because at the end of the day, if you see in the market, right, there are only 3 job roles. One is cloud DevOps engineer, data engineers, and Gen AI developers. These are the 3 tech stack which are high paying jobs. So we need to eventually move to that area. Not now, in 6 months again, you should be learning the same tech stack. Okay. So from the basic, it's covered. My summary is that if you want to work on project, it will be easy for you to start your journey from there.
Oh yeah, because next month I have to start. So that's why
Sure.
I just saw the video on YouTube. So
Perfect.
that's how I came over here.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. You can once go through Sapan, like the content is clearly shared, so that any point if you want to add, like you can ping me, that's okay. Okay.
Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Second, Mahesh.
Any other questions?
I think Mahesh is having one question, Arjun. You can see.
Yeah. Please, Mahesh, tell me now. What is your question?
Hi, Arjun. Are we getting any notes for this, or else we have to write the running notes?
Anyway, I'll write while it is recorded, right? So you will get the recordings after the class.
Okay.
And
So
don't
there
try to
won't be
write
any.
the notes during the class, okay? So you will miss some pointers. So whatever is there in that recordings, anyhow, I'll be sharing after the class, okay? And I'll be discussing all this before we end it, wrap it up, okay? So those are taken care.
Okay.
Yeah. So come to the classes, listen for 1 hour or the whole time basically, and revise them. Don't write anything in the class, because you will deviate. And if one point you deviated, right, the flow will miss. So that's about. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? We just want to make it simple today. We don't want to dump the technical details, because we are having enough time to spend on the technicalities. Just let's go in a very smooth way initially. Let's take a baby step, and then we can. Anyhow, once you start, make your hands dirty on the SQL when you log into the portal, right? So it's all technical. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask. And any other questions outside technical, like switch job and all, you can call me. That's not a record them in this session. And any technical questions, feel free to ask.
Sushant, if I take your question, you have 2 years of ICT support. You can utilize that IT support in any company you are doing. No, there is no one who is going to check that Sushant worked on IT support in that company. No one knows that. You get an experience letter from that company, that is sufficient. You have valid PF, then that is sufficient. You can claim that I worked on any domain. There is no one going to ask that. Okay. Is it clear, Sushant?
Actually, I have a gap of 1 year in between.
That's what, Sushant. These sort of gap questions and all, call me, I'll answer, because this is recording, right? So I don't want your personal details to come out. That's it. Okay. Yeah. You can call me on my number. I can talk to you.
Hi, Arjun and I to Stavani Pavani.
Yeah, Niharika, go ahead.
If there is no prior knowledge, is it work? Is it work? Is it work fine from tomorrow if the class starts?
Yeah.
Or any prior knowledge is needed?
Not required specifically, because we will start anyway from the scratch on all the topics. So we are
Actually,
going
what
to
my
with.
doubt is,
Mhm.
I'm completely from different career paths, so I want to switch to data engineering. So that's why I'm curious about that, as I don't have much prior knowledge on as what we say cloud-related topics. So
No worries, Niharika. So anyway, we start from at the beginning of the course. So what all things you wanted to have to become a data engineer? Those everything is there, and we'll be starting from the basics. We have very defined curriculum, so it will start all the topics.
hello,
Okay, am I
okay,
audible?
you are start. Hello, hello.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
It's clear.
I
So
think
Niharika,
from
even
here.
if you're coming from the different background, right? Forget about that. Start from the basics. Follow the complete curriculum. Okay. Anyhow, we not only you, everyone sitting in the call are from a different backgrounds. If you're already data engineer, right, you will not learn the course, correct? So someone is from developer, someone is from QA, someone is from XYZ technology. Everyone wants to come into this data engineer. So from that basis only, the curriculum is crafted. So it starts from the basic each and every topic. Let's assume you start with the account creation. You don't know how to create it, right? So from there we start until the advanced project level as well, it will be delivered. Okay. So come with a blank slate, get the content and try your chances. That's it. Okay.
After 2 years of experience, there is 3 to 4 months of gap in my resume. So currently, so is it okay to
That's
crack the
fine,
interviews
Niharika.
after this interview?
Correct.
After
So
this,
reiterating again, the gap part and all, you can contact me personally because this is
hello.
recording, right? So I don't want it to be recorded here. Okay.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Sure. Thank you.
Mhm. Any other technical questions, guys? And the same link will be there for tomorrow and 1 second. I think it is stopped. Okay. Maybe Arjun, let me take my screen once.
Okay.
Okay. 1 second, guys. So just want to clear a couple of
I have
questions.
given you access.
Yeah, yeah, fine. Okay. Able to see? Everyone? Okay. So basically, let me show you a couple of things. Okay. So if you want any content, right, you can go to a site and from there you can get the content. It is publicly available. And whatever is there here, right? Each and every line is been drafted with precise because we want to deliver what is needed. Showing something here and not delivering is not a good practice. So whatever you see here will be delivered module by module, topic by topic. Okay. And for every session, I mean, whenever is needed, you will be getting on a daily notes, whatever is needed. And I'll be sharing you the recordings as well for each and every session. So if anything is missing from your end, let's assume you have skipped today's class or one class, okay, the recording will be available and it will be available for next to 1 year starting today. And someone is asking about the job assistance and all. So we can't guarantee placements because no one in the planet can guarantee a job, that's for sure. If someone is saying job guarantee, from my recommendation, don't trust them because that's not so practical. But assistance perspective, let's say assume if there is any opening within our company or from our student company or somewhere else, we will post. At least I will post in the respective groups. If you are ready by that time, we will 100% refer. There are no extra charges for that. I want to be clear on that. Okay. And the only thing that we want to do is learn the technical details. Let's keep all this aside. Make next 3 months as your journey. Okay. And make sure you are entering to ADE. Okay. Why? Because we have been taking multiple batches on this one, right? And the flow is very good that multiple people are moving to Azure Data Engineer or Google Data Engineer, whatever it might be, is at the end of the data engineer part only. Okay. So from a technical perspective, I mean, the same link will be available for tomorrow and day after tomorrow as well. Because today we want to be on a very high level. But from tomorrow, we'll be starting the technical session, like starting what is the basics from there. And maybe if you have any questions as well, you can feel free to contact me on the same number you have been communicated with. Um, any other questions you have? Arjun, can you take that Sham question once? It's in the chat.
Sure, Shiva. So are Azure data engineer and Azure developer same role? Notice most of the Azure interview questions are based on. Does that mean this is more a developer role or a data engineer? So data engineer is also a developer, Sham. Okay, we are also a developers on the data side. There are different developers. One is .NET developer, Java developer. They are on the programming side. We are on the data side. We are also developers. Okay.
Okay, so basically, to Shyam, just to answer, developer, there are multiple developers, right? Application developer is one developer, where Java, .NET, Node, and comes into picture. There will be some developer, cloud engineer, cloud developer as well. Cloud developer again has two things. One is using the cloud APIs and all. Other one is infra developer as well. And we'll be having cloud again, data developer as well. So whatever your role is currently, you are not into administration side. You'll be writing queries, you'll be writing programs and all. So that's the reason that once it's clear, right? Whomsoever is having data, Python background, some sort of development can survive in the current industry. If I want to be in the administration jobs or admin roles, they will not be available next to 6 to 1 month of 1 year of time frame, because jobs are getting deprecated. The legacy jobs, admin jobs and all, because with the help of cloud, those are no more available. Everyone is switching into development. Which development? It's up to you. If you want to become an application developer, that's fine. Or infra developer, that's okay. Or a data side, that's okay. Either way, it should be development only. So those things are already taken care into our content. So not to worry on that. Okay. Okay. And the session timings will be 7 to 8 a.m. IST, Monday to Friday. Okay. So I've seen someone in the chat as well. So any other questions, guys? And if not, if no more, I think we can. Okay, 1 second. Okay. What's the chat question? Second. Arjun, can you take that question, Bhavani's question? Arjun, you there? I think you're on mute.
On the, sorry, on the Microsoft Fabric side, we'll cover all the content related to data engineer, but we'll not be covering something like how to develop a Power BI report on an advanced way, like how to do the modeling on the Power BI. So these things will not be covered, but how to push your report into Fabric site, that we will be showing. Anyway, you will know that we have Microsoft web service, no, where we host our reports. So the same thing has been transferred to the Fabric. So we'll show you that, but this is mostly on data engineering course, Bhavani. But if you learn data engineering, definitely you are going to have very good chances, because you already know Power BI. So I know Power BI, I know data engineering also. So that's the reason I'm conveying you. So it will definitely add a boost to your resume, and it is going to increase your hike definitely if you have a data engineering concept on Fabric. I hope it is clear, Bhavani.
Okay, I don't see any more questions. Fine, guys, let's stop it here. Okay, and the same link works for tomorrow and Wednesday as well. So do join the sessions. I mean, if you're interested, you can contact me for other details. And yeah, anything you want to add, Arjun, lastly?
No, Shiva.
Nothing.
So it will be a wonderful journey if you continue. So definitely you will be at some point of time you will understand, okay, what is the benefit why we join on data engineering side, and you will definitely enjoy the course. Okay, thank you all.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Thank
Fine,
you.
guys. Yeah. Thanks, everyone. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.